Thank you, Nate. Where's Nate at? Thank you. I want to give Nate a round of applause, please. Thank you. This is awesome. Well, it's Sunday morning. It's a butt crack of dawn here. But I want to first off, thank Than and the team for allowing me to come on stage here at the events and kind of share my passion and what we do here as fortune builders as well. And I want to applaud you guys for waking up and fighting through a thunderstorm here at the butt crack of dawn to learn a little bit about your health and help yourself have a more rounded lifestyle. So my hat's off to you all for showing up. And a couple other things about what Than, I got to watch what Than says on stage here. So a lot of people are coming up to me asking, so Terry, why is Than saying you're the most interesting man in the world? Is anyone else wondering what this is about? Well, I'll tell you. I don't come to Texas often, but when I do it cowboy style. All right, so we're gonna have a little fun this morning. Take them here. So let me be clear on a couple things. People wonder all the time, why do we have this health section? Why do we talk to you guys on Sunday about health? This is a real estate seminar. What does this have to do with our business? Well, I'll tell you. If you've ever been to who's ever been to the Fortune Builders Mothership, been to San Diego, to the home office there? Anyone's been to the office yet? You will come, those of you that have not been, you'll come and you'll kind of see something. There's a prevailing quality about a lot of the staff at Fortune Builders. And I think Paul Assagian says it best, is how you do anything is how you do everything. So one of the big things that we always do is we're very passionate about our businesses. We're very passionate about sticking to our commitments as far as what we're looking to do with our careers, but that plays into your life as well. Right? It's extremely important. If you're going to say you do something, if you're going to say that you're going to be better and improve, you're constantly improving yourself on every different level. So other than just your business, you can't just let your health and your family and all these other things slide while you're being this amazing business person out there closing all these deals. So you'll constantly see, you'll see Conrad, you'll see JD, you'll see Than, you'll see Paul. Every lunch, these guys are hitting the gym somewhere, running a multi-million-dollar company. They always take that time to work on their health and work on their fitness. So we'd be remiss with you guys trying to teach you the fortune builder mentality and the lifestyle if we did not show you all the things that we do as fortune builders to keep ourselves at our peak performance levels. So that's why you're here, and I'm going to go over a little bit of kind of what we do traditionally as fortune builders to keep ourselves healthy dynamos of energy. So I'm going to cover a few things. I'm going to cover some things that are going to help you kind of take your business to the next level a little bit, because who would agree when you walk into a deal and you're walking on a site, you're trying to work with some possible partners, and you're showing up, when you look good, you feel good. Who agrees with that? When you look good, you feel good. So it's kind of a confidence thing, right? I don't want you being worried about how you're feeling that day, how your energy levels are, what this person is thinking of when they're looking at you. So one of the things we're going to talk about is when you go through this process, you're going to see how you can really boost your confidence. I mean, that's huge when you're walking into an uncertain situation. At least feel confident about it. And one of the things that's also going to be a result of some of the things I'm going to talk about here is you're really going to feel a explosion of energy. Explosion, because you guys, who here already has a day job already other than real estate? Hold them up high. So the vast majority of the room already has a whole day full of activities already, 8 hours of whatever it is they're doing. Then they have to come home, and we're telling you to go outside and throw up some bandit signs and make a million phone calls, and we're running you through scripts, and there's a lot of times when you're going to come home and be pooped. I don't want you guys to be pooped. I want you guys to come home, you have more energy, you want to keep going nonstop. You're going to be charged up after this week, but I want you to also have some of that coming from your health and your vitality. And as a result of all this stuff you're going to do, that's going to fatten your pockets. Because the more confident you are, the more energy you have, the more money is going to flow into you, the more you're going to attract your way. So we're going to cover those three things. That's my focus of what we're going to talk about here, is boosting your confidence, exploding your energy, which will then fatten your pockets. So we're going to boost your what? Holy Jesus, here we go. We're already our number one. I'm just kidding. It's early in the morning. We were supposed to start this thing at 9 o'clock, and Than says, we'll be here at 8. So we were just as surprised as you. But here's the answers right here, by the way. You're going to boost your what? Explode your what? And what's that going to do? Hot damn. Let's get started. All right. So here's what I do. Here's my job. First off, there's more to me than just being interesting and being single, according to Than. As many of you know, I'm our senior wealth advisor here at Fortune Builders. So what I do is I help to put a plan together so that each and every one of you has a light at the end of the tunnel and you don't have to flip houses until you're 90 years old. We're going to help you buy the same type of properties, the same type of passive income options that Than, Paul, and JD have, so that you guys can eventually build up a portfolio and then be done and step away from your business and have a little fun and enjoy your life while your checks are coming in while you're sleeping. So that's what I do, but I'm also kind of our reset coach here at Fortune Builders as well. So I'll give you kind of the backstory on me. So I'm going to talk to you for about another 45 minutes or so about how to be healthy. Is it all right if I kind of tell you guys why I'm qualified to do that? I don't just want to be throwing information in your ear if you're not open. Who's interested in kind of having, who's made a promise in the last 6 months, I'm going to do something to be more healthy? By show of hands. I'm going to work out more. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to order 1 Big Mac instead of 2 next time I go out. So we all make those promises, right? And we all want to have that vitality, but there's stuff holding us back. So I was the same way. As Than said, this January that just passed, I had my 40th birthday, which was kind of thank you. One of you, thank you. And this is a big milestone for me. I mean, 40 is like, that gets in your head a little bit. So I'm 40 and a half years old now. But I remember, I'm from Ohio. I'm born and raised in the same lady. Thank you. I like you. It's part of my fan club. I'm born and raised in Ohio, Cincinnati. So we are not the healthy population in Cincinnati. That's not really what our thought process is. Like in California, everyone's running around eating sun-dried tomatoes and just hanging out in the sun, not eating foods. That's not how it is in Ohio. There's 2 food groups. There's meat and there's potatoes, right? Loved it. Did it all my life. And I didn't eat very well. I didn't make proper health choices. And for me, everyone has a different weak spot on their body where their bad habits go. And my weak spot happened to be my joints. And I think I talked to Andrew about it a little bit. That's where things hurt on me. I mean, I was not doing the right thing. I have a picture, I think, of what was going on with my life before I started this reset process, and it's going to be a bit shocking what was going on before my change. This is the old me. It was, do you guys know who that is? Biggie Smalls, best rapper ever. That's not the old me, but he does make some really good music, though, I'll tell you that. Mine was a little different. Mine was just joints. Mine was just a situation where my body, when I ate poorly, when I did not drink the proper amount of fluids, when I didn't clean myself up, I mean, in high school, I used to run track, and I had to stop running track because I had hip flexors. It hurt for me to run after about 100 yards. I couldn't run anymore, was my deal. And then I played volleyball in college. And then in college, I'd roll my ankle. I was the captain of the volleyball team. And then 1 week, I'd roll my right ankle and swell up, and I'm on crutches. Then I'm back in the game, and then I roll my left ankle. So I kept going back and forth, and I felt like I was in shape, right? I had muscles, and I had all that fun stuff. I thought I was cute. But it takes more than that to be healthy. There's a huge difference between being healthy and being fit. So I had this lifestyle, and then my shoulders would go out on me, and I had shoulder surgery when I was, I think, 27 or 28. And I remember being 32 years old, and I had a CD rack, and I couldn't go down like this to pick a CD because my knees were just too gone. They were just shot, and I'd have to do the old take a knee. Who's getting hurt just watching me doing this right here? Yeah, I couldn't do it. And I attributed to, well, I guess I'm just getting old, you know. This is how it works. It's all the fun's over. The grave is right there, and I'm just slowly walking towards it. So that was my story, and that was about 7, 8 years ago was when that happened. And at that time, I did a great thing. I went to an Anthony Robbins seminar. Who's familiar with Anthony Robbins? Personal development, great. Who's been to one of his seminars or his workshops? Not a lot. That event changed my life. So it's a 4-day event. First 3 days are about personal development, right? Get to the next level, explode your confidence, be that thing that you need to be. The 4th day was about health. And at the time, I had the muscles. I thought I could jump over stuff. I didn't really care. So I almost did not go to health day. And that would have been a very bad thing. Went to the event because basically I wanted to get my money's worth. It was a $1,700 deal. So I wanted to get my money's worth. Went to that, and that day changed my entire life. Because that's where he helped me understand a couple simple concepts, like the fact that health has nothing to do with your fitness. Right? You can be very healthy and have a different level of fitness in your life. People like FloJo. Who remembers Florence Griffith Joyner? She was a track star, fastest woman on the earth. At the peak of her game, amazing body, just powerful this woman was. Died at the peak of her game, right after she completed in the Olympics. Died in her sleep. Her body was not healthy, but she was super duper fit. So the good news is I'm not going to have any of you jumping up doing jumping jacks right now. No sit-ups, no push-ups, because we're going to talk about a whole different type of thing here. So I started this process here with Tony Robbins after going to that event. I call it resetting my body. So it's just a bunch of different natural ways to kind of undo the years of damage that we've done to our body. Because it's more than just counting calories now or eating healthy now and all those things. That's great if we start off as a baby and we can start from zero and we could do these great things. But the problem is we've been doing bad stuff for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years already. So how do we undo that? And that's what the reset is all about. So I have a blog. I started blogging about this. If you ever go to resetyourbody.com, there's a ton of videos up there. It's resetyourbody.com. There's videos I've done. There's blog posts. We do group exercises and cleanses and things of that nature. But I started blogging on that, and then I got this passion in my head about what I want to do. So that's kind of my story. But here's a little bit about why we need it in general and why we even bring it up at these events. You've all seen these statistics, right? So if you ever talk to someone at a party, you'll hear Americans are very, very, very intelligent to talk about their caloric intake, how much they're eating every day. Who knows, who's following the latest stats on sodium intake and the proper amount of fiber and the proper amount of omega-3s you need? I mean, we're the most high-tech. This generation knows so much about health and so much about nutrition, but we're still 2/3 of our population are still overweight. All right, so there's still something we're missing. I mean, 15 million people have diabetes. Half the population's on prescription drugs, So there's something that we're still missing. There's some minor thing that we're missing that's all this knowledge is not really helping us out. And what I want to help you all do is take a little responsibility of that in your own lives. So just like your business, just like your fortune builder's business, there's all kind of things that are going to happen. All right, you're going to have something's going on in the market that's going to mess up one of your deals. You're going to have some new legislation that's going to come out that's going to throw off your initial plan. But would you agree that someone out there is still going to make money flipping houses? Someone is always. So they're taking the responsibility in their own hands. So I want you guys to take your own responsibility of your health in your hands as well. So we talked about what we're going to try to do. This is a shortcut to the blog as well. Everything I'm talking about here is going to be up online. And I know we need to get Than up here for some question and answer sessions. So the first thing I want you to have you do is pull out your handout. And it is the one that says your limiting health beliefs. It talks about your limiting health beliefs. It has the areas for you to write down things on. So this is really the part that makes the whole difference into whether we're going to take action on some of this or not. It really is your set of beliefs that you hold about all your health, about your wellness and things of that nature. I'll give you a story. My dad's the coolest guy there ever was. His name is Prather. super cool dude in Ohio. And my dad has a different belief set than I have. So we've been kind of talking a lot about how we're going to work on his health, kind of get him. I worry about him because he's overweight. Super cool guy. He's probably over 300 some pounds, and he does not live the healthiest lifestyle. He has not traditionally. I'm working on him. He's making some amazing strides and changes now. But someone like my dad, he has a problem believing that he can be that trim, fit guy again. Right? He has a problem because after 60 years of just kind of your lifestyle like it is, it's hard to believe that, hey, maybe I can look like I did back in my high school days. And I'll tell you, that's a big belief of mine. I believe every single person in here can, if you look good in high school, that was, you can look like that high school weight again. You can look like whatever that peak appearance and performance that you were in your life. He does not believe that he can get back to that stage again because he thinks that it's not possible, that this is just the way it is and it's going to be like this the rest of his life. And we've all had limiting health beliefs that are keeping us from taking that next step. Right? We all have something in our mind that's limiting us from really committing to the right action. Like, I'll give you an example. I remember it being at the Tony Robbins event. One of my limiting beliefs was that whatever I do wrong, I can fix it with a pill. Right? If I screwed something up, there was some sort of operation, there was some sort of medication that would fix me back up. So when you think like that, when you have a mentality that there's a pill that'll fix you, is that a limiting belief or an empowering belief? Very limiting, right? Because then you start to do things and you have no consequences for what you're doing. Because, I'll screw this up, or I'll eat this bad food, or I'll knock this thing out, but there's some way that they're going to fix me up here in the end, and it leads to bad choices. Another limiting belief I had was it runs in my family, right? So it happened to my dad, it happened to his dad, so it'll happen to me. So I always thought that that's a limiting belief as well as to what you're predestined to become. So I don't know what your limiting belief is, but take a second on your sheet here, and it says, what are your limiting health beliefs? Take a minute and jot down what beliefs that you hold that are kind of keeping you from believing that you can be this young, vibrant, powerful, energetic being that you once were or that you want to be. Maybe you think that, what's some other good, give me a couple, what are you guys thinking? What are some good limiting health beliefs that you have out there? What's that? Age. I'm too old. That is the one I hate the most. Too old. Because that's the one that kind of it's stuck in my head for a while. What else? What are some other limiting health things that you believe in that are keeping you really from taking the action? Eat what you want today, die tomorrow. Wow. Diet, sorry. Ooh, that's better. That's tough. That's a bad meal you're eating. Eat anything today, then you diet it off tomorrow. All right. What other beliefs? You're too busy. That's kind of that's a different one, but I like that. Some people think they're too busy. But what about your health? What are you thinking about your health that won't work? Hormones. The hormones are making it do it to you. What else? It's hereditary. Runs in the family. I know that one too. Your metabolism's jacked up. You got nothing you can do. Good. What else? It's too complicated. A lot of people just think it's too damn complicated. Like, oh my God, every day you read a study and you read 15 different studies, you got 15 different people telling you what's going to work and what's not going to work, and I think it's very confusing. They're all conflicting. Have anyone noticed that? Yeah, everyone's an expert and they're all different. Yes. Okay. What's that? What's that? You'll be miserable. Being healthy is a lame, boring lifestyle. Lame lifestyle. All I can do is eat wheat thins and do nothing fun. But these are the beliefs that we have, and they sound, I've heard people say all the time, eating healthy sucks. It's just like pouring sawdust in your mouth and chewing on this stuff. It's just not a very fun lifestyle. So jot that down. Jot down those limiting beliefs, because that's important for us to see, where do we get that thought system from? I mean, where do we learn that from? So jot those down, and I'm going to talk about a couple things. I put a little graphic up here. the belief is what's going to make you all take action, which is why a lot of times we tell you stories about students that are working on some great rehab deals or students that are working on some good marketing or wholesaling deals, and their successes. It's important for you to hear these successes so that you can believe that it's possible for you in your business. I want you to believe that it's possible for you to have that vital health as well. They say, you know, what if a caterpillar didn't think it could turn into a butterfly? Why would he even waste the time building a cocoon? You know, it's the same type of thing with you. If you don't believe that all this stuff I'm going to talk about is going to help you, you won't do one penny. It'll make a lot of sense, and statistically, you'll see it all, but if you don't believe it, you're not going to take one step in that direction. But fortunately, caterpillars don't have gossipy friends or the internet, so they can look up and hear about another caterpillar that did not turn to a butterfly. So they just do it. They do it. Sometimes we know a little bit too much. We're getting too many studies of telling us the things that are disempowering beliefs. So figure out what beliefs are disempowering you right now. Here's one thing that people say a lot is that my body is just too weak, our bodies are just too frail. A lot of people are thinking that we're these fragile, tender, you know, creatures that if someone coughs on us, we're getting sick, right? They think that if we go out in the rain, we're going to get a cold, we're going down. As the older I get, I'm just going to get cancer eventually. So if we really think that we're these frail, fragile creatures, that's a disempowering belief, right? That's something that we need to get over. Otherwise, we're just going to accept our fate. I'm here to prove to you right now that you are not frail, fragile creatures. So I'm going to tell you a couple things about this human body that you have, this most amazing human body that you have. This is the most powerfully engineered, sophisticated machine on the planet Earth. We're at the top of the food chain. We eat everything else, right? We run this planet, and you need to understand that we're powerful. We're rock stars. For instance, the human stomach's digestive acids are strong enough to dissolve zinc. Fortunately for us, the cells in the stomach renew so quickly, the acids don't have time to dissolve. So there's a ton of things going on in your body that we don't understand, that your body's constantly healing, it's constantly growing, it's constantly trying to repair itself. Human bone, it's as strong as granite in supporting weight. A block of bone the size of a matchbox can support 9 tons. These are your bones, right? Just because right now we're in a weakened state, so we're sitting at our desk and we reach down and grab a file cabinet and we pull something right here. Right? Or we're at work and we reach up and grab something and we tweak our back a little bit. We're thinking, I can't move too much. I can't get out of my zone here because we're in a weakened state. But your body is not, your body's designed to be super powerful. And we can get it back to that state. Just because we're tweaking ourselves now. I used to roll my ankles just stepping off of street curbs. Now, at 40 years old, after resetting my body for about 7 years of different things I'm going to talk to you about here, the 40-year-old Terry can beat the 25-year-old Terry's ass. Right? That's important. So it's not the end of the road for anyone in here. And getting old is a piece of crap. Don't believe that. A few other things. The heart beats around 100,000 times per minute. Your blood's on a 60,000-mile journey. Your eyes can distinguish up to 1 million color surfaces and take more information in than the largest telescope known to man. These are amazing things about your body. Your sense of touch is more refined than any device ever created. Your brain is more complex than the most powerful computer, and has over 100 billion nerve cells. Here's the cool one. Almost every cell in your body is replaced every 3 to 10 years. That means your body, every 3 to 10 years, you have a whole new body. If we're smart enough to catch ourselves in the middle of that cycle, we can build a better body than build the same old one over and over again. Right? What's a couple other things? When we touch something, we send a message to your brain at 124 miles an hour. You are powerful beings. We are not frail creatures that germs get us and we die. We're not destined to have cancer and die debilitating old age. I believe that we can all live, believe it or not, to about 150 years and be vital at 150, not dragging ourselves around on crutches and trying to make it. I mean, we can be very powerful creatures. I'm going to kind of talk about that in a little bit. But you got to believe that we are at the top of our game. We're very powerful bodies and creatures, and let's use that energy. Don't just let it go the wrong way. So let's ask ourselves a couple questions here. I think on the sheet, put this on the sheet. Yep. Oh, and let's talk about that a little bit. Your biggest health challenges, right? So we have these belief systems, but there's always, like you said, I'm too busy to take the time to be more healthy. Other challenges are, hey, I've got the kids. They're taking all my time up. I don't have time to do the proper things. Give me some other challenges you think that are kind of holding you back. Not belief so much, but just maybe lifestyle things or just things about you. Maybe you have an injury or something. What's some challenges that are kind of holding us back from being healthy? You got a whack spouse. Crazy work hours. What else? Craving weaknesses. Good. I got some ways to get around all that stuff good as well. Expensive to eat healthy. That's a very good one. A wise man once told me, it's all shorthand, by the way. A wise man once told me that you either pay the grocer or you pay the doctor, but you're always going to pay. Right? So I've become a chicken egg snob in the last year. Who's had farm, fresh, pasture-raised chicken eggs? Yeah. So I never had those till about a year ago. And they are the most amazing. There's these bright orange. I crack it open, the sunshine comes out of this egg, and it tastes so full. To me, normal eggs now, which means the chicken was in a rack of other chickens and never moved, never got outside, those eggs taste like egg whites to me now. But yeah, that's amazing. But they cost twice as much as those grocery store eggs. So I get a dozen eggs, cost me $7, $8. To me, that's an investment in my future. I think I am worth $7 or $8. You need to start thinking that way as well. Let's say you had this candy apple red Porsche, some amazing dream car of yours, or whatever your dream car happens to be. Maybe it's a Ford F-150 with a lift kit, right? Yeah. You got this amazing vehicle, and you take care of it, and you wash it every day, and you clean it up, but you put the cheapest gas that you can in there, and you never, ever, ever vacuum the inside of this truck, this vehicle. Does that make any sense? No. But we do that to ourselves. We have this amazing creation, but we put the worst fuel into us as we can, right? And we clean the outside pretty well, most of us, right? But the inside, we never go inside and clean it up. We never go inside. It was just old candy wrappers and soda cans and who knows what going on inside of our vehicle. So think about some more health challenges that are holding you back from being able to take, maybe it's the time, maybe it's the unsupportive spouse, maybe it's the cravings that are kind of holding over, but let's get all this out of your head on paper so we can see what it is we need to tackle, so we can know what the challenges are here. But get all that out on paper, keep jotting that down. I thought I had one here on old injuries. So the next question here on the sheet. Is your health / energy / confidence affecting your income or your quality of life? If you're too hurt or too sick or too de-energized to really go to the next level, is that affecting your life right now, yes or no? Circle that on your sheet. And then be honest with yourself a little bit and figure out why haven't you changed? You know, you have your limiting beliefs. You have your greatest health challenges. Figure out what kind of fuel you're putting in your body here. You put in premium, you put in mid-grade, you put in regular. And figure out what's going on and why you haven't made those changes. So as I mentioned before, health is not fitness. You can do all these things I'm talking about without having to get up and work out 3 hours a day and bust your butt if you don't want to. If you want to accelerate things, for sure, do that. But you can still make these changes and put it and work it into your lifestyle. Because we need you to be energetic. And does anyone know where energy in your body comes from? Where's your energy come from? Food. Good answer. Where else? What does the food do? Keep cells. That's the answer. Great answer. The cool thing is your body, let me tell you about your body. Your energy, your body's your cells. You're just a bunch of cells. So for instance, we're all this huge thing, this being that we are, and let's break us down. Let's break us down. So we're made of a bunch of organs, right? We're a bunch of organs. We have skin, we have a heart, we have lungs, we have a brain. All these are organs. But what makes up organs? What makes up organs? Anyone know? One level up, there's tissue, right? There's tissue. So there's going to be muscle, there's going to be fat, there's going to be ligaments, there's tendons. And then if we boil it down, if we take this thing all the way down to the bottom, we're just a bunch of cells. That's all we are. All these things are made of very simple cells. And a cell's job is to do one thing and one thing only, and that's its job. A liver cell's job is just to do liver stuff, right? Your eyeball cell's job, just do eyeball stuff. Who remembers the parts of a cell? Who remembers the parts of a cell? Nucleus, what else? Mitochondria, you probably learned that just recently there. I know, right? What else? What else is a cell? DNA, riboflavin, flavins, or something along those lines. That's what a cell is. But they're very simple organisms, right? We're really overcomplicating this deal. I'm going to give you a tip. This is the biggest thing I learned in the Tony Robbins event that helped me see that this is very easy to fix. So all cells need are three things. And I listed them up here. What's thing number one? What do cells need? Oxygen, right? If you hold your breath, how long will you live? Yeah, you're dead in 10 minutes, depending on if you're Michael Phelps or not. Oxygen's important. Cells just need oxygen in there. They need to get that vital nutrient into them so that that's part of what a cell needs for it to be vibrant. What's the second thing that cells need? Water. If you don't drink water, about how long will you live? 3 days. People can go up to a week, right? No water. Some 10 days. These are troopers. But water is critical as well to get into that cell. Cells are very simple things. They need oxygen. They need some water. Third thing, what do cells need? Waste removal, right? Waste removal. Where's the waste coming from? When a cell just metabolizes, just the normal function of a cell is going to produce waste. And that's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that you ate a bucket of Cheetos that day or anything. It just means your cells made waste, and they need to move it out. The way they move it out, they use water. They find a way to get that waste out of the cell so it doesn't choke on its own waste. So they did an experiment back in the 30s. Dr. Oslo, I believe his name was, and he did an experiment with chicken cells. So another little bit of trivia. Who knows how long the average chicken, if you've been to this before, who's seen me speak before? Who's heard my talk already? Okay, you can't answer. Knowing you, no answers. How long does the average chicken live? 3 years over here. Don't be afraid. There's no chickens in here. You can't offend them. How long? 5 years. What else? 6 months. Those are baby chickens. I like it. How long? 12. That's good. Somewhere between 10 to 12 years is how long your average chicken lives. I've never lived with a chicken. Can't verify this, but this is what I read. Yes. So chicken lives about 10, 12 years. What they did an experiment. They had some chicken cells. They kept it in a Petri dish, and they kept watering these cells, right? And they kept putting oxygen. They oxygenated the cells, and then they would find a way to remove the waste. They kept these cells alive. How long do you think they were able to keep these chicken cells alive in this Petri dish? 12, what else? 26, yes, 30 years. The average chicken lives 10 to 12 years, but the cells, under the optimum conditions, outlive the chicken. They live 30 years, and they just scrapped the experiment because who the heck wants to watch a bunch of chicken cells for 30 years? All right, probably could have gone longer. So that's interesting, right? So if we have these optimal cells, they live way long. And we're just a bunch of cells. So we can live a lot longer than our potential is as well. We just need to make sure that we focus on getting our cells, these things, and then we don't need to know, how do I make my heart better? What exercises, what foods do I eat? You just need to make the heart cells better. If you can get that oxygen in there, you can get that water in your cells, you can help remove the waste, the heart cells will get better on their own, and the heart will work better. The brain cell, we had Alzheimer's. Well, let's help get these nutrients into those cells, and those cells will start to repair themselves. So we don't need to know, it's so complicated to try to figure out how to make this particular body part healthy, how to work on my liver, how to help my heart, how to do it with my lungs. We're overcomplicating it. We just need to do whatever is good for a cell is going to benefit the entire body. So that's the most core concept to this Reset Your Body program that I'm going to cover, is it's all about your cells. So I'm going to jump into some specifics here, but first I want to give you an idea what this reset thing's about. So resetting, to me, we're trying to undo a whole bunch of years of bad stuff. So it's kind of like changing the oil of your car. Who's changed the oil? Who's got a new car? I don't know how do you change the oil on one of these new cars? You take it to the shop. It's like an internet computer. You got to go on this thing, and Siri talks to you, and you got to download a program, and there's a robot that comes out. But in college, I had a 1980 Chevrolet Chevette. Thank you. Pimpin'. The girls wouldn't leave me alone. It was crazy. So that car, you had one too. Hope you don't have one now. But that was a cool car. But that car, I could get underneath the car, I could undo the little oil cap screw, and all the oil would come out, and it looked like this stuff here. Nasty, gunky oil. And then I would pour, but it went in this beautiful, glistening, shiny, clear material. That's how it went in. So I could tell when my oil needed to be changed on my car. It would run kind of crappy. I don't know if you ever noticed this with older cars. You'd kind of be at a light, and you'd push to go, and then you'd go, right? Or you could feel it kind of jumping between first gear and second gear, and it's a little stuttery. You can tell when your oil's a little dirty in your car. Well, our oil gets dirty as people too. We have these same things happening to us. Our energy is a lot lower, right? We're not feeling, our body's not functioning as well. And you need to change your oil in your body just like you need to change the oil in your car, and you will get the same benefits. Another way to kind of look at it, it's like cleaning the lint filter on your dryer, right? So you know when you have your lint filter on there, you'll have your clothes running. If it's clogged, you can run your clothes for an hour. They'll still come out damp and it never works right. You go and change that lint filter, and what? You got the your clothes are burning you when you pull them out of the dryer. So you're using the same amount of energy to dry your clothes, but you're getting a lot more done. So right now, we're using a lot of energy to do things, and we can use a lot less energy and get a lot more done in our bodies, and that's what resetting is about. Resetting is all about changing the oil of your body and changing the lint filter of your body. You will notice amazing things. The folks that have been to some of the previous boot camps that I talked about, did any of you try some of the reset things out, and did any of you lose any weight or feel any differences from some of the reset things you tried? Anyone? How much? You lose weight, or what happened? You lost 10 pounds just not eating some bread. It's amazing. What else? Anyone else experience anything? Anyone? Anyone? Someone? Anyone? Yes?
I went into salads and fruits and
Yeah.
just a little bit of animal food, and I got rid of debilitating headaches I had for years.
Amazing. She started going to a vegetable-based diet and got rid of debilitating headaches she had for years. It's awesome. People are wondering, how does this all work? How is eating a couple things different going to help you? Because it's just the cells. It's all about the cells. There's a bunch of people, dozens of people come up to me. Some guy lost 21 pounds in 2 weeks just from doing a couple of the first steps I'm going to talk about here. So this stuff really works. We just have to believe it and give it a try and see if it works out for you. So let's talk about a buddy of mine, Chuck. This is my buddy, Chuck. I want to kind of illustrate some backstory situations. I went to high school and college with Chuck. Super funny guy, amazing dude. We graduated, so obviously Chuck is the same age as me. He's also 40 years old. He just has some different lifestyle choices that Chuck's made than some other folks. Chuck is not a bad person, right? This does not make you a bad person, but those compound effects of all those little things start to add up over the years, and we end up where we are based on our choices and decisions every day. So would you say, when Chuck's about to sit down and eat some food, what are Chuck's choices on his food selections? We don't know Chuck. What we guess? Some burgers, fries. His weakness is pizza, actually, he told me. Pizza. Do you think when Chuck comes home from a busy day, love Chuck, that the inclination is to go hit the gym, maybe work out a little bit, or kick back and relax and maybe watch the latest Breaking Bad. Right? I cannot watch TV drama. I get hooked. That's my weakness. I'll sit up 2, 3 in the morning watching Netflix, trying to figure out what's going on with the dragon thing on Lost. I can't watch this stuff. So these are just compound effects of little bitty decisions we make. And then it goes the other way as well. Who's this guy? Van the man, shirt off in Hawaii, before the baby. So, yeah, things change. No, Than's great guy. We play volleyball. That's kind of how I know Than, is playing volleyball at the beach. We play a ton of beach volleyball. I try to play 2, 3 days a week. That's my sport passion. I love that. But Than makes different choices. I've seen Than in the office. I know what Than eats. When Than's about to take a snack, what do you think Than's snacking on? Yep, eating lettuce. Just a little rabbit in there. He's eating health. He's making healthier choices. When Than is in the middle of a crazy day at work, and he's got his workout hour penciled in there, is Than going to stick to that commitment, or is he going to flip out and do something else? He does. It's amazing. If you think you're busy, follow this dude around for a week. But he's committed to that lifestyle because he knows what it's going to have long-term effect on him. So it's these little decisions we make every day that are going to make the big difference. So I'm going to go over one quick information. I'm going to explain to you one piece of information here. Then I'm going to go through 8 steps that you guys can do starting today to really start to do the Fortune Builders lifestyle, what we do day to day to day. But I want to define what a toxin is, because this confused me for years. I thought a toxin was like a government conspiracy. Right? It sounds like such crazy, where I thought it was something they were putting in our food to hold us down. I didn't really know what it was. Let me really simplify what a toxin is. A toxin is anything that your body cannot digest or assimilate. That's it. Right? I put some examples up there. Snake poison, not so good for the body. Right? Laser beams, not so good for the body. Uranium, those are extreme examples. But those things, your body, they're harmful and your body can't process them. There's other things, chemical preservatives. Right? If we were to take a pickle, make a pickle, you can make your own pickle. You take a cucumber and soak it in vinegar. I was raised in Mississippi every summer, so we were on a farm. But you can make a cucumber. If you leave that cucumber on the counter, it's not going to last very long before it starts to rot and go bad, right? But we go to the store and we buy a jar of pickles. They've been sitting there for 9 years. They made those pickles back in the previous administration. And we're still eating these pickles because they preserve them. So they do things to our food not to harm us. This isn't a conspiracy. They do things to make them last longer. But those things our body cannot process, so those are toxins, and they get in us. And they don't kill you as long as you get them out. The problem is if we don't get them out, they start to build up, and it's that cumulative effect over time. But drugs, chemicals, those are also things your body cannot process or assimilate. And no one won't kill you. An aspirin will not kill you, but we just need to be conscious of it and help it get out of our bodies, or it will start to build up over time. And I'll show you about what the toxic effects are of these things. These aren't poisons that you're going to eat a hamburger and die right away, but they will add up time after time, day after day, week after week, year after year. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Even foods that are not whole foods, it means they've been processed a bunch. And we'll talk about that a little bit, all on my blog. But be sure you go to resetyourbody.com for the real nitty-gritty on a lot of this. So this is a little bit, we'll skip this, a little bit of the toxic intake of things. I'm going to go over right now some things you can do starting this weekend. They're going to help you to help your body flush those toxins a lot better, help your body change your oil, and help your body to change that lint filter so you can have that more vital life and let your cells do what they're supposed to do. So first thing to do to reset your body, you hear this all the time, drink more water. Andrew, where you at? Let me see your jug. Everyone give Andrew an applause, please. Give him a round of applause. He's doing what I call the water challenge. We talked the other day, and we're very similar, you and I, with your body and your life and your health, and our weak spot happens to be our joints. right? So some people, their weak spots are maybe fat, so they're going to accumulate more fat. You can see where their bad lifestyle is going. Maybe some people, their weak spots are eyes, so their eyes are getting worse and worse with every day. Maybe other people, it's going to be things like us. We have our joints, so we have very similar things, and one thing that Andrew identified right away is that I don't drink enough water, he says. And I really didn't drink much water before I was 32, really. And I'm trying to think, what the heck did I drink? Right? Drink a bunch of sodas, you drink a bunch of juices, drink a bunch of energy drinks, you drink some milk, you drink all of this stuff, but nothing was really water. So the unique thing about water is your body is 70, 80% water. The planet is about 70% water. So water is different than any other liquid out there. It's not the same as a soda pop. It's not the same as an energy drink, because water's job is to move everything around your body. Water puts the nutrients in your cells. That's how it gets there. Water washes those cells out and cleans them up. It washes fat out of your body. So water, I drink more water than probably any human being you know. I drink a ton of water, if you ever watch me, because I know that's really one of the core basic things for your bodies and your cells to get all the energy they need. So some people say, well, listen, I'm drinking a bunch of soda. That should be cool. Well, I don't have a soda can, but anyone have a can of soda? Don't be all feeling bad about it. Here, let me borrow that from you. She brought the 2-liter in. What's up, brother? Thank you. Thank you. This is good. Let's see what these in a while. Thank you. So I'm looking at the ingredients on this 2-liter of soda here. And first one is carbonated water. That's good. Got some water in there. Second ingredient is high fructose corn syrup. Is that water? All right. Third ingredient, caramel color. Is that water? What's that? Water-based? Very good. Phosphoric acid. Is that water? No. Natural flavors. So the point being here is that your body doesn't treat this as water because it's got things in it that are not water. There's things that it treats those other things as food. It does not use them to wash out your cells. If I were to take a hamburger and throw it in a Vitamix and grind it up so that it's a liquid and drink it, is that water? No. Just because it's a liquid does not mean that your body treats it as water. So we need to make sure that we're drinking water on top. You don't have to cold turkey stop drinking soda. Not at all. We're not that weak, right? When you're this strong tank of a human being, you can't throw pebbles and hurt a tank. Thank you for that. Don't drink any more of that today. Just kidding. If you do drink it, just make sure you offset it with water. So here's what Andrew's doing. What you're supposed to drink is about half your body weight in ounces of water per day. So not half your body weight. You're not drinking 100 pounds of water or anything crazy. How much do you weigh, Andrew? 215. 215. So you're drinking about 100 or so ounces of water. So you take 215, you divide it by 2, which is 107, and that's about how much water you want to drink in a day. So the water challenge that Andrew's doing, he's filling this jug up every day with about 107 ounces of water. You're probably going through more, I'd bet. Yeah, you're just running around, he's peeing every 10 minutes. Which is good, right? We have to pee. Otherwise, that's how we wash out the toxins. That's how we wash out the fat. It doesn't just evaporate. It's got to get out. So he fills this jug up once a day, and he starts drinking out of this. And when you're done drinking out of it, you drank your daily amount of water, right? If you drink some other things, it's okay. We're not freaking out about how we're killing ourselves. Let's worry about how we're going to help ourselves. So this is a water challenge. This is something super easy to do. Congratulations again. Yeah, you're doing a great job, man. So that's water. That's what water is about. So energy drinks don't count. Energy drinks are terrible. Let me tell you a quick story. I'm running out of minutes here. But I was in Brazil. I'd like to travel. Thanks. Gary shared that fact pretty well when he talked about my 2 weeks in Europe. I like to travel, and I was in Brazil, and it's 10 guys in a house. We're on the beach, and we're just partying. In Brazil, they party till 7 in the morning. So every night, we're drinking Red Bull and vodkas every night. 7 nights in a row, 6, 7 hours. I wake up on day 7, and I kid you not, I can joke about it now. My heart was beating I felt like it was going to fall out of my chest, and I'm trying to look calm and collected with all the other guys in the house, but I really thought I was going to die that day. I had overloaded my body with too much crap, and I thought I was going to be in Brazil at the club dead. That's a terrible way to go out. So I haven't had a Red Bull in about 7 years from that. But there's things, if you read the label of that, read what's going on and how much toxic input's going into your cells on that. Don't freak out and stop drinking it, but make sure you offset it with a lot of water so your body can wash all that out. So that's the number one step to reset your body that you can start right now is figuring out, do the water challenge. So I'm going to figure out half my body weight. I'm going to get my jug. Don't try to calculate it out. Like for me, I need to drink this much water. I need to drink 6 of these. These are 17 ounces each. I'm about 200 pounds, so I need 100 ounces. So I need to drink about 6 of these per day, and that's how I know I've put the proper amount of water in my body to help wash out the fat and wash out the toxins. So I would say get a jug, fill it up every morning, and finish it. That's your first challenge. Do that for 10 days straight and see how your body feels. You'll notice weird things. You'll notice your skin gets a lot better. You'll notice your bowel movements will be a lot easier. No one likes to talk about that. And you'll be a lot more regular. You'll notice a lot of cool things about how your body, where your digestion will get better. So the 10-day water challenge. Who thinks they can do, starting today, the 10-day water challenge? By show of hands. Good. Say aye. Aye. All right. You're in it. We're all in this thing together. Better be a bunch of jugs in here later on. Second thing to do, I'm just going to the first couple because all of this is on the website. Here's the shortcut. Well, you can't even see that. If you go to fortunebuilders.com/reset, or if you just go to Reset Your Body, they'll go to the same place. You'll see this whole list. There's blogs, there's videos that really explain in more detail about all these. But second way to reset your body, I'm trying to clean out, we're constantly trying to clean our bodies out, is you want to eat 2 to 3 salads each and every day. What's a salad? A salad is any raw, meaning uncooked, vegetable or fruit collection. That's a salad. So can you cook a salad? Can you cook a salad? No, we cannot cook salads. The great thing about salads is that it's not cooked. That's the power that vegetable or fruit is bringing to you, because it has a lot of fiber in it, which helps move things through your body. I'll give you a tip here. Your body has a big, long tube in it. It's about 30 feet long. It starts right here, and it ends right here. It's coiled up and wrapped around, and the more gunk we put in there that doesn't have enough water, doesn't have enough fiber, it just starts to build up after a while. And this tube is elastic. So it doesn't burst. This tube, we call it your intestines, it starts to grow a little bit. It's like a balloon. You blow a little balloon up a little bit, and it grows a little bit. And we eat the next meal, and we don't have enough fiber, we don't have enough water, and we grow a little bit more. And after a while, we got the belly thing going on, the basketball. That's not something you can crunch away. There's no ab crunch that you can work on that. That's just food, right? And how do we get that food out? How do we get the food out? Well, very, very true. Think of it this way. We made some spaghetti one night, fell asleep, didn't put the spaghetti away, stayed on the stove. You go to the stove, you got the pot, and the spaghetti's stuck in there. What do you do to get the spaghetti out of the pot? You run some water and let it soak. You can do the same thing with your body. We're keeping our water intake up, a bunch of water, a bunch of fiber, so we can't cook the salad, because as soon as we cook these fruits and vegetables, the enzymes in them that are going to eat away at a lot of this, they start to die. So that's the value of having that salad. It's very important to just make sure it's raw, make sure it's uncooked, so that you can get the full effect of it. And if you want to eat something else, go for it. If you're going to eat the pizza, go for the pizza. It's okay. But get the salad in beforehand. Right? If you're going to go ahead and eat the hamburger, I'm not going to expect you to stop cold turkey, but just get the salad beforehand. Try to get yourself the 2 to 3 salads per day before your meal. Why before? That's right. Hopefully it'll fill you up a little bit, or you won't be too full from the other meal that you're going to eat. So you want to make sure you outsmart your body here a little bit. I've had people that just done these first 2 steps. They'll lose 5, 10, 15, 20 plus pounds in 2 or 3 weeks. This stuff is not magic. I'm not going to teach you any new truths. There's no new truths. There's nothing we can put in a bottle here and sell you guys. This is just the stuff that we do day to day to day. So there is the 21 salad challenge that you guys can try next. How does that work? See how many days it takes you to eat 21 salads. It should take you how many days, you think? 7 days. You have no more than 10 days you can try to do yourself the 21 salad challenge. That can be your next challenge after the water challenge. Or maybe you can do them both at the same time. It's up to you. Who wants to try to do both challenges at the same time? Show of hands. This is for real talk. Keep them up. Keep them up. This is real talk. Say aye. All right. Look, we're going to be the fittest, hottest, sexiest rehabbers, marketers ever there was in Fortune Builders right here. Few more. I'm going to blaze through these because they're on your sheet as well. But no breads, no pastas. We just did a no bread week. We usually have a bunch of anywhere from 30, 40, 50 people at a time. And we had no bread. No bread, no rices, no fluffy anythings, no pancakes, muffins, buns, all that. We did that for a week as a challenge. People lost 5, 10 pounds. All this stuff is really simple in how it works. And it's not because of the wheat necessarily in this case, not because of the gluten. It's because it's just a fluffy thing that fills up our tube. That's what we're trying to accomplish with the no bread challenges. I want my tube to flow nice and freely, and bread just slows stuff down. It's not going to kill you, but it's not going to make you any younger either. So number 4, you see on your sheet, you want to try to get to about a 70% vegetable diet that you're eating. You want to no fast food. Who knew that was coming? Yeah, no fast food. Cut out the fast food. It's got too much bread. It's got too much sugar. It's got too much junk in it. It's convenient, but if you were looking for the convenient thing to do, you would not spend 4 days of your life sitting in a room that's sub-zero to learn about how to, I know it's cold. Now they clap. We're working on that. You would not spend 4 days in here trying to do the convenient thing. You guys are not the convenience people, are you? Are you fortune builders? Your job is to do the thing that the other guy won't do. So you will have to drive. You'll be like me. You'll drive an extra 2, 3, 4 blocks to find something healthier to eat because that's what fortune builders do. Next step, work out 4 days a week. Here's the cool step. Once you do all these things right, you get to earn yourself a cheat meal every week. You earn a cheat meal. You get to eat fun. What's a cheat meal? Any darn thing you want. You want some ice cream? Hook it up. You want yourself a couple hamburgers? Knock it out. Pizza, lasagna, do it. You don't have to live this deprived lifestyle. You guys can still live and be vibrant if you earn your cheat meal. You just got to earn that thing. So that's a few things. Here's step number 8, which is really step number 1 as I'm wrapping up here, is we start every year at Fortune Builders with a detox of some sort because we take some time to really aggressively remove all the bad stuff that we did for the previous year out of our body. We'll do things like a veggie cleanse, and all these things are on the resetyourbody.com site. We'll just eat veggies for a week. You just annihilate your body with fiber. Clean that thing out, a lot of live enzymes. Or we'll do a juice cleanse like Than mentioned. My favorite is the Master Cleanse. This is the one that I attribute to me being able to kind of rebuild my body over the last 7 years. It's all on the website. It's all on Reset Your Body. This is the one that really gets down into you at the cellular level. It makes your body clean out individually, each cell, and that's where you really start to have those explosive improvements in your body. So this is the thing that I recommend, and it's all on your sheet. It's all on the website. These are the things you want to start with so that you can have that energy. You can really be what it is that you see around you. Some of these successful real estate investors, anyone that's successful in life, they're willing to do the thing the other guy won't do. So those are the 8 steps summed up there. And this is a good one too. It improves your sex life. Right? When you have more energy, you have more power, you have more vitality. You got to get people's attention here a little bit. It improves everything about you. We'll talk about more travel tips when we have more time. But here's what we want to do now. Right now, we want to set some goals. So on your sheet here, you'll see what will you commit to over the next 6 months. Take a minute and write down what you're going to commit to. Because it's very easy. If you don't have goals, do you think Fortune Builders are a pretty goal-driven company? Very goal-driven company. Set yourself a goal. Maybe it's a weight-related goal. Maybe it's a diet-related goal. I'm not sure what it is, but write your goal down and commit to that thing. If you go to the site, there's a shortcut there, fortunebuilders.com/reset or resetyourbody.com. Anyone, you can go there and you can sign up for the newsletter. So anyone that signs up for the newsletter between now and Monday evening for the next 2 days, I'm going to pick one person. You can go to the site, you enter your name, enter your email address. I'm going to pick one person, and I used to do a lot of wellness coaching. So whoever registers, I'm going to pick one person out of that list, and I'll give you an hour of a consultation. Just really go through everything about you, what you're doing now, what your goals are, and on my own time, we'll have that chat, and I'm going to give you a plan of attack on what you can do to reset your body specifically. So is anyone interested in something like that? Yeah. Go to resetyourbody.com, sign up for the newsletter between now and Monday night. I'm going to pick a person out of that list. I'm going to give you an hour consultation, help you kind of get yourselves started with a real plan of attack. So that's something you can do now. Go to the site. A lot of you are committed to doing the water reset. Is that something pretty cool to start with, pretty easy? Drinking some water? That should be super easy for you guys. So really, challenge yourself. You're a fortune builder now. These are the same type of things that Than, Paul, JD, the rest of the guys do. They didn't just settle for the status quo in the real estate business, and I don't recommend you settle for that here with your health and your life and your wellness and your vitality. So with that said, I want everyone to really commit to the things we learned here today. Take some action going forward, because we're trying to do 3 things. Here's the quiz. Don't forget this. We're trying to do 3 things right now. We're trying to boost your what? Boost your what? Explode your what? Which is going to do what? Fatten your... God damn. Thank you guys for your time. Hope you took value out of this. I'm going to bring Than up here in a minute, and we'll close the rest of this out for you guys. While Than's coming up, I think he's stalling a little bit. I'm going to be out in the back of the room, by the way, for the next hour or so if you guys want to come out, ask questions, kind of figure things out. Are we taking a break? How long? 5 minutes. Yes. My ribs. That's what skinny dogs have. They'll be out all the abs will be out in the hallway as well. It's going to be amazing. So we're going to let it out here. We're going to do a 5-minute break. Everyone get on your feet. Get all your energy back that you lost sitting there, looking and watching. And then we're going to get back to Than's question and answer session. So let's let this thing out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, crush it.